The UK just passed a law that could transform how your data, money and identity are controlled. It's called the Data Use and Access Act 2025. And if you care about freedom, you need to understand what's just become legal. The Data Use and Access Act 2025 has officially received royal assent, which means it's now law. And this isn't just another dry update to GDPR, it's a foundational piece of digital legislation that changes what companies, regulators, and even third parties can do with your personal and business data. And it opens the legal door to digital ID, the BritCard, and the Bank of England's digital pound, also known as Britcoin. So let's unpack exactly what's in this bill, what it allows, what it restricts, and what it means for your future. So first over, let's go over what this law does in simple terms. This act lets the Secretary of State and HM Treasury create new rules that force companies to share your data with you and with any third party you authorize, allow third parties to act on your behalf, including correcting data, making purchases, cancelling services, or disputing issues. Collect, retain, and format your data in standardized ways, even if it was gathered years ago or outside the UK. Link you to a digital ID system managed by digital verification services with government-issued trust marks. And this isn't just about shopping history or phone records. It actually includes personal data from any transaction with a business or service, free or paid. Business data like pricing, performance, customer behavior, and feedback. Financial data, energy usage, internet interactions, and more. And this data can be accessed through regulated dashboards, APIs, and secure systems, meaning software platforms will become your main point of access and control. So let's have a look at the rights and terms, what you can and cannot do. So here's what the Act says you're entitled to. First up, access your data in a clear electronic format. Authorize someone else, like a third-party app or legal rep, to manage your data. Request corrections to inaccurate records. Withdraw authorization from any third party using your data. Opt in to verified digital identity systems backed by the government. But then we move on to the important part. Here's what you can't do under this law. First, you can't opt out of companies storing your data under mandatory retention rules. You can't prevent the government from compelling companies to share your data. You can't stop a business from being fined if they refuse to link your data to government interfaces. And you can't easily challenge how your data is used if it's considered to be in the public interest or for regulatory compliance. And if you're a business owner, get ready, because you'll be required to provide customer and commercial data in standardized formats with regular reporting. You could face penalties for non-compliance or for providing incomplete or unverified information. So how does this actually link to the digital ID and BritCard? Well, this is where it gets serious. You see, the bill enables digital verification services, a legal term for platforms that confirm your identity using secure credentials. These services are backed by government trust marks and can store and verify your identity, provide login services for banks, apps, and government portals, be integrated into what's being proposed as the BritCard. Now, the BritCard is being pitched as a single card or app that could combine your digital ID, your benefits access, possibly even your payment wallet linked to a central bank digital currency. Which then brings us onto Britcoin, the UK's digital pound, being developed by the Bank of England. So let's hear what they've got to say about it. The Bank of England's advert.
The world we live in is becoming more digital. As a result, we aren't using cash as much as we used to. To keep up with the changing times, the Bank of England and HM Treasury are looking at the idea of a digital pound. This would be an electronic version of cash issued by the Bank of England and accessed through digital wallets provided by private companies. You'd be able to spend your digital pounds in the shops and online using your phone, as well as sending them to friends and family. And you would also still be able to pay with cash or money in your bank, even if we go ahead with the digital pound. People have told us that this could be useful, but we haven't made a final decision whether to launch one. A few countries already have their own version of a digital currency, and over 100 others are thinking about it. We think the digital pound might offer a new way to pay, help businesses, build trust in money, and better protect our financial system.
All sounds great, doesn't it? Until you take in the negative factors. You see, unlike crypto, Britcoin is centralized, programmable, and traceable, and it could be linked to your digital ID, include spending limits or expiry dates, restrict where or how your money is used, be frozen, redirected, or taxed instantly. And on their own, these technologies are sold as modern solutions. But when you actually combine them with your data, ID, and money connected to one legal framework, you get the infrastructure for complete state-level control. Oh, you probably noticed I was scrolling through the bill on the left-hand side over there, and it went past really, really fast. That's because it's 89,500 words, 276 pages of a bill to completely change your digital landscape going forward in the future. It's not just a little thing, this is massive. So what can you actually expect next? Well, this law is just the beginning. Here's what you'll see rolling out over the next 12 to 24 months. Apps and brokers offering to manage your data on your behalf. Financial platforms syncing with government-regulated APIs, digital identity portals replacing logins, passports, or paper forms. Lots of pressure to opt into verification systems to access benefits, travel, or even jobs, and trial rollouts of the digital pound tested through existing bank apps or welfare schemes. And as this infrastructure grows, so will the surveillance capability. Because the government says this is about transparency, innovation, and customer empowerment. But critics argue this is infrastructure for control with data as the currency and privacy as the price. So the bottom line? Well, the Data Use and Access Act doesn't just tweak data rules, it rewrites them. It sets the legal foundation for a fully digital society where your identity data, your money are connected, scored, and monitored. So ask yourself this. Who actually controls your access? Who owns your data trail? And what happens when these systems become mandatory, not optional? This isn't paranoia, it's now policy, it's now law, it's now an act. You see, they won't take your freedom all at once. They'll legislate it away piece by piece while calling it progress, security. But the digital cage is being welded together now, and you need to know before the doors completely shut.